Hey, this is Brimstone. You're watching AFK away from the keyboard. Ain't no better place to be than right here watching now.
Of introducing you to Jason, David, Frank, 1, 2, 3 audience. It's Morphin time! Good job. Do you like the song? What do you think of the song? Yeah?
All right. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Green M&Ms and all.
Green M&Ms and all.
M&Ms and all. Melt in your mouth and not in your hand.
Green tissue holder, too.
Got the stickers? I'll just have them. Just with your questions and all that stuff, just come out and grab a sticker. This is one of my 4th-degree black belts at the NTC school, Master Sprague. You saw our demonstration earlier. Did like double nunchuck fire, sword fire. That was yesterday. So he's going to ask a few questions and then she's going to monitor a few.
Awesome.
But anyway, guys. Oh, we take a picture. I have to look serious. So hold up. One more, like this, like this, like this. Take one like this. All right. Thank you.
So we went over the rules already, and everybody is ready, but we're going to wait for the...
Oh, that's fine. We'll start.
You want to start right away? All right,
All right,
awesome.
well, first of all, a couple things. You guys are on my Facebook account, Jason and Frank official fan page. Some stickers right here. When you ask questions, just come on up and grab a sticker there. Sorry, I'm eating a mint. Instagram, JDFFN with Instagram, and me and my wife working on, that's my wife in the corner over there. It's Tammy. We got Jenna.
Jenna, so pretty.
Jenna, when are we going to do another episode of Doll Talk? When are we going to do another episode of Doll Talk?
That's
Soon?
on you, she said.
I don't play with dolls. What are you talking about? And then I got the reality show I'm working on. You guys saw the White Ranger versus Scorpion?
Yeah, woo!
That was awesome. Working on that and working on the Green Ranger series with Bat and Son and Machina, so hopefully that'll get going soon. And we'll have more information regarding that pretty soon. So I'm in contact with Saban and all that stuff, so that's going to be pretty awesome. So.
That's you, baby. That's me.
What was it like when you first got the role of Tommy on the original series?
What was it like?
Yeah, but
Question.
what was your reaction?
It was definitely different. I mean, working on the set and, you know, being 18, getting a role like that, got to get used to that whole camera stuff and kind of living in that world, you know, so it was definitely different. And being an actor is not what you think. It looks all easy. It's long days you got to do, you know, super long days. And it was definitely a lot of work, but I was passionate about it. And, you know, I put all my heart and soul into playing the Green Ranger, and I think you all felt that because I was like a serious martial artist, and I really loved to do what I did. And I think the passion came through the television to all you kids when you were young, being hypnotized by all of us.
Oh, yeah.
You like the Green Ranger. Ah, Mommy, Green Ranger. You are sleepy. No. I am violent. No. Anyway. All right. That was pretty cool.
Thanks for the great question and great answer. There you go. Hey, yeah, there you perfect.
What inspired you to do karate?
Good question.
I can beatbox. Welcome. Please sign a seat. What were you saying?
What?
Oh, what inspired me to be in karate? I was just walking by a karate school when I was little, and I saw this, I would say old lady at the time, but she's probably a lot younger than we are now. And she was doing katas, and I was like, oh man, look, an old lady's doing karate, and so I wanted to do it. Ever since I did it, I was just stuck into it. There's, and Master Sprague's the same way. Like, it's just something that's in our heart and soul. It's something we love to do. And we had a stunt class earlier today, which went pretty good. Eli, you like stunt class? Yeah, it was cool. And we just love teaching and love doing what we're doing. And so I was inspired just by watching this lady who actually was the Shihan's wife at the time and just got involved. And the interesting thing about that school is they had 28 karate schools worldwide. But the school I trained at when I was little, by the time I was 18 years old, I ended up buying out into partnership at that school, and I was one of the partners at 18. So now I'm sitting behind the desk going, well, this don't seem like what it is, It's a lot harder than what it looks like, but it was crazy, just growing up with those guys. And Chris Casamassa was my instructor who played, he was always in Hollywood, It's funny because Ralph Camachio's here, and the Karate Kid, and he actually did a stunt. My instructor did a stunt for Ralph. Ralph wouldn't even remember. I mean, he's probably don't even remember that.
I bet he does.
No, he don't. He barely talks to me. What are you talking about? Anyway.
His loss.
And but anyway, he was always in Hollywood, and my instructor I got involved, and I started teaching, and, just got the role as the Green Ranger. And I remember, I probably don't say this, I probably haven't said this in a Q&A before, but I was at my karate school, and I got the fax for the audition. It was called Phantoms, and they were faxing over the Green Ranger script next door, because there was something called fax machines back then. And you couldn't just drop an email. It was ridiculous hard. So I had to give them the number next door. And so I was so excited. I was running next door, and I slipped and broke the side of my foot. And I went to the doctors, and I was like, nah, I don't want to put a cast on. I got an audition and, and all this other stuff. And the doctor said, well, 10 years from now, you're really going to feel the pain in the foot. And I was like, Doc, seriously, 10 years from now, I'll be old, And who knows? 20 years later, here we are. But I'm still pain-free. I don't have pain in my foot, so. But that's really inspired me, just watching other people do it.
Thank you so much. Can you just pass it? Oh, sure, you could do that. Yeah, you just pass it back. Perfect.
Hello.
Great costume.
Did you expect Power Rangers to keep going as long as it has?
Did I expect Power Rangers to go? We went through the whole... Oh, if you guys ask a question, you guys can come up and get a sticker up here. So just come up and grab a sticker if you guys want. When I first did Power Rangers, you can get really overwhelmed in that world. Like, so overwhelmed at being 18 years old and being, like, sold out Universal Studio shows and having people cater to you. And you can get, like, really turn Hollywood at that time. And I never did because I always, like, again, I was a martial artist and stuff like that. But I was a sensei at the time. So I was kind of used for people, helping me out. Like, coming into a dojo, where else can you go except come in, train, get beat up, then they sweep the mat, and then they say, thank you, sir, on the way out. What better job is that for us, right? You're like, oh, yeah. But I never, I didn't, at the time, I didn't think it was going to go for so long, but, because when I did Dino Thunder, and you can ask my wife, Sam, you remember when I did Dino Thunder, how quiet it was with no hype and no anything, and Disney had it, and it just was like, we did Dino Thunder, and I was like, I went back to Power Rangers. People are like, oh, that's still on, or, so at that time, whatever it was in Dino Thunder, I can walk around the neighborhood and with the schools. Now it's just pow, because I think of the age group. There's a certain age group that kind of matured into Power Rangers. And, but, welcome, guys. How's your head from stunt class? Is it good? All right. So, yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
Well, you were just talking about how today people are...
Oh, yeah, so I think that, looking at it, never thought it would be so long. And so Jenna's like, she's practicing her gymnastics and her karate, and she's like, Daddy, I'm going to be a Power Ranger when I grow up. And I'm thinking, nah, but who knows? It's probably going to be around by then, too. Another, she's 9, so, she's almost there as a Ranger. So
9 years.
It keeps going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny that just... But I'm happy and proud to be part of it, so... And then Megaforce, of course, next year. I forgot to mention that and stuff. So, yeah, thank you.
Anyway, thanks for coming here and...
See, these are Go Green stickers, man. Go Green, see? I still hypnotize y'all, see? Like this. Go Green. Green, yeah. And people ask me, is green my favorite color? Was green my favorite color? Tammy, I'm asking your mom. No, it wasn't. No, like in overall colors. When I got the Black Ranger, I was like, oh, sick, I got a black wardrobe now. All I got to do is wear black, you know? But green kind of grew on me a little bit. But see, go green. Sorry to interrupt.
Speaking of green, did you like coming back for Super Mega Force as the Green Ranger?
Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, it was definitely cool. I'm glad they picked the Green Ranger for Super Mega Force. I realized when I was in that suit that I haven't been on back in Power Rangers in that suit in a very long time. You know, so actually I was happy that I could fit in spandex still. That was very good. I was happy about that. I'm happy I didn't eat all the green M&Ms, but I'll have a few now because we're not filming. Yeah. That was it? That was a good question.
Thank you. Good question. Great answer. Hello.
Hi. I had to ask you, how was it like from being a sidekick hero and then taking on a role of a leader later on in the Rangers?
Dude, I was never a sidekick. What are you talking about?
I mean,
I was
you
never
were,
a sidekick. Dude, I was alone. I was like, every time they called, I'd be like, oh man, come on, I'm trying to do, yeah? Okay, I'll come and help. Dragon Sword! And Dragon Sword were coming. I'd be like, are y'all good? Are y'all good? All right, cool. I'm gonna go back and do some karate in the park and quit calling me, all right? But I thought my role was gonna be like that, but then it ended up being the leader. And it just happened, and I don't know what happened. I mean, that's what happened, you know?
did you like it?
Huh?
Did you like it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, you know, actually being, you know, the only time it really hit me is when I went from the White Ranger to Zeo, and I didn't have a vest, and I'm like, what? And then Austin shows up and says, hey, how's it going? Black Ranger, I was like, dude, you got my vest. But kind of, you know, felt weird without my vest. But yeah, I enjoyed it being the leader, because I think in martial arts, we're taught to be leaders. Like, you know, Master Sprague teaches the kids, we got 400 kids to be leaders in life. And being a leader is just what I'm, you know, destined to do. You know, in all fields and industries, I hear so many success stories from you guys, motivation stories that I got you pumped up to work out, and I just think it was awesome being a leader. So
It showed on the show, too. You were like a natural leader.
Oh, thank
You
you.
could see it. You
Thank
were
you.
meant to be that way. Thank you so much. Great question.
Anthony, are you leaving? You guys? Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Well, being a martial artist myself, I've studied 2 different martial arts from Shotokan to Aikido. And I just was wondering, out of the 7 that you've studied, what would be your favorite?
At first, I thought you were reading that on your phone. I'm like, seriously? You got to read your question? I thought you'd be like, hello, Jason. How are you? Being a martial artist, you're filming. I got you. The style that I studied was a blend. And I didn't know any different as a kid. Like, I would, as a black belt, and I'd go up to another black belt and be like, hey, man, you want to do some, like, double nunchucks, Minrikis, thunderballs, you know, broadsword, sword? And they're like, huh? We don't do weapons. I'm like, what? They're like, I'm a black belt. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, how long you been training? They're like, 2 years. I'm like, what? Took me like 7 years to get a black belt. I got ripped off, right? But my instructor was training me, I think, the proper way and stuff like that. And we just do a mixed blend, so I didn't really know a difference. We were doing UFC before UFC was UFC. The only thing we did not do is wrestling. And in high school, I didn't want to wear the spandex. Who knew I would have got stuck in spandex years later? So I should have just wrestled during my time. But I didn't, because I was like, stupid spandex, and then I got stuck in spandex. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Great answer. Great question. Oh.
All right, so
Red Ranger. What?
what's the word on the PG-13 Green Ranger rumored movie?
I think, you know, we're trying to start it into the series right now, the web series, and then kick it off into the movie, or vice versa, do the movie and kick it off to the series. Really depends with Saban. Saban's in talk now, which is great. I didn't, you know, talk to them. They're calling Machina and talking to them, and I pitched them what we want to do. And I think Saban sees the fan base. You know what I mean? Like the White Ranger and Scorpion was the biggest Bat and Sun episode they've had so far, and we reached so many hits in so many days. And sometimes numbers don't lie, and sometimes, unfortunately, producers, money people, they don't care. They just want to see the number. I care because I'm like, oh, I want to do this. And like, yeah, that's great. Do you have fan? Oh, you do have fan base. You know, reach out 1.8 million fans a week, and it's just great reaching out. But you guys definitely make things happen. I mean, I hear like, I'm signing the CM Punk petition. I'm like, what? There was a petition going on? but you guys definitely make things happen, and just by watching the social media and seeing that there's Saban's always been into the kid market, because they feel like working with the kids, the parents will do this and they buy the toys, but that's different. Like this adult market that we have right now, there's collectible toys that can be like huge. It'll re-spark the Green Ranger, which you have kids and you'll force them to watch the Rangers, Yeah, you'll sit there and you'll be like, shut up, we're watching the Rangers right now. And you'll be like, Mom, like, be quiet. And then you see me and you're like, yeah, he really loves Rangers. And he's like, no, I don't. I'm like, shut up. Yes, you do. Well, actually, I'm the fan, but anyway, passing on the generation. So I definitely think that, something will happen and hopefully very soon.
Thanks.
Thank you, buddy.
Can I get your autograph?
Can you use my autograph? I got one of these. Yep, take this. I got this here. And
I don't know if we
I don't
can.
have a pen,
I don't
but
think
I'll
we.
sign this for you in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry
pin
about
there.
that, bud. Oh.
Eli?
he's- Oh my
Eli.
gosh.
Eli's prepared with
Here
the
we
pen.
go. Oh boy.
Eli's just waiting for the celebrities to be like, I don't have a pen, I got one. Oh, I would so sign that if I don't have a pen, I got one. And yes, sir, that is a pen in my pocket. And I'm
not
very
just happy
happy
to
to see
see
you.
you.
There you go. There you go. Thanks, Eli. Thank you.
Given your background with mixed martial arts, have you thought about branching out reaching out to the UFC just to kind of prove that people, like Brock Lesnar did, proved he is legitimate,
Yeah.
as opposed to just being like an on-TV actor or professional entertainer?
Not really. I knock a lot of people out. Since Sam knows that every day. Just knocked someone out the other day. But yeah, no, I understand. The thing about going into mixed martial arts is I went in there, I had like 7 fights. I've won my fights. I think I went in there with the right attitude of not feeling the pressure as I have to prove people. I did go in the fight game to be like, I do have pressure. And, my wife probably heard it more, like, I can't get knocked out, I gotta knock them out, and all that stuff. But the way that life takes you, you have to follow the roads that, is presented to you. Like, God's taking me down that right road of, here's an opportunity, I'm reaching out to the fans, okay, here's a movie, or here's this, and so I have different opportunities. I'm just kind of following the roads right now. I do want to fight, but I want to get something like a CM Punk fight, or something that just makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't want to fight Joe Blow that works at Olive Garden. I want a bigger name than that. Yeah. And something fun for the fans to watch. Like something like a mainstream fight and stuff. Yeah. And but in the fight world, you come and go. You're on top one day and you're on the bottom the next day. And listen, in MMA, everyone gets knocked out. I have not been knocked out yet. It's just a matter of time before you get knocked out. And they do silly stuff like Anderson Silva and all that stuff. It's just unfortunate, but that game is such a small window of opportunity. You're the champion one day, and the next day you're not. And then one day everyone thinks you're the greatest, and the next day everyone thinks you stink. So it's just a certain market,
Well,
I
how
love
many-
my fans because they think I'm awesome. And I
How
don't
many
stink.
UFC fighters have broken world records? I want to know. Broken 7 boards in midair? Anybody? I don't think so. Come on, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was
Thanks
cool.
for that question.
Going
buddy.
back to that Anderson Silva thing, I remember, because I follow you on Facebook, I remember you sent something like an invite to him for
Yeah,
a fight.
that was
What's-
all
what's-
over Brazil, dude.
Yeah, what's the word about that?
I don't know, but I was all over Brazil. My wife, I wake up and I'm like, seriously, on Brazilian news, like Power Ranger wants to fight Anderson Silva. And wasn't it, Tammy, huh? It was everywhere. And the thing is, that's not exactly what I said. Because, is that Ted back there? Or, yeah, Ted? I'm going to take a picture with Ted. Come up here, man. We want to take a picture with you. I've been wanting to take a picture with you. And where's my little girl? She's so mad at you, dude, for being the teddy bear that does all those bad things.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's like, you don't watch Ted. So the Master Respect, take a picture real quick. That was the chair, guys. Just up here with my Instagram.
This is a live show, everybody. Totally live.
Thunder Buddies for life.
Fantastic. Thanks, Ted. Dude, Ted's pushing the limits now. I might have to use my marksmanship. I'm in Texas, right? That's okay? Yeah.
Yep.
See, look, everybody's like, yeah, go ahead, use your gun. That's good. Awesome.
His lips move weird.
Thank
like
you,
Rita's.
Ted. Let's give Ted a round of applause. Go Teddy
So,
Bear.
Originally, I was saying I wanted to spar him for like a fundraiser because I really want to spar him. It'd be fun, and I don't mean that like in a bad way. I think he's like a masterpiece. He's like the one that I have his tattoo on my foot. I mean, I'm not like crazy about this guy, that guy, but Anderson Silva I do like, and I'm not too happy with his last performance, but I definitely want to spar with like doing a fundraiser. But again, they probably think it's like some kind of BS call out that, and even Van Damme never answered me. It's like, it's not a call out. It's just do it fun for the fans. It'd be a good thing, and Van Damme wanted to fight. I know he's getting older, but it'd just be fun for the fans.
I'd like
and fun
to see
for
it.
me because I didn't really like him. But it's just one of those things. It's fun.
Out of all the other Rangers, who is your favorite to work with?
We had our own group of people. Like, I like Johnny Bosch and Dave Yost and Amy Jo Johnson. Then they had Walter, Twee, and Austin. Then they went to a peace conference. And then we got, went to a peace conference. Then we got the other new guys in. And then we had, just replacement people. They were all great to work with, but if you put everyone in one house, like living a reality show in one house for 16 hours, everybody gets on everyone's nerves. And then because you have to be like, all right, guys, oh, you ready to do this? Yeah, and cut. Dude, get off me. Seriously, dude. Get off me. You guys bug me. All right, ready? Action. All right, guys. Whoa! And cut. I liked it. It just was definitely different. But, Dave Yost I liked working with him. He was really cool. He took my brother in, who played Zeal, David Trueheart, who passed away. But I pawned him off to Dave because he didn't have a place to stay. So I was like, hey, can he stay with you for a while? And he lived with Dave for like a month or two, and Dave's like, hey, remember the other weekend or whatever I was in? He's like, hey, remember your brother took my Mercedes when I was gone for like a whole week? And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Dave hit his keys and he's like, don't drive the car. And my brother found him and he was like, taking people out in his car and showing me. It was so funny, but yeah, that was that.
Thanks for that great question. Really great answer. Hello.
Hi.
Take one.
When you're filming for the Power Rangers, do you like to look back at the Sentai series to get inspired for anything?
We used to. They used to let us, but after, you see, Amy was really into her role. Like, I know she's an actress, but she's like really into her role. I'm like, just wing it, man. Come on. Like, just roll the cameras. Like, it's not that hard. You just say, Tommy, and we'll just be done with it. You know what I mean? You don't need to study. You don't need to be, and all that stuff. We first started watching the Japanese season, then they're just like, no more, because it was a little bit violent than ours, and it was like, well, how come we can't do that? Well, that's Japan, and we can't punch in the face, and there's no blood. And I'm like, oh, so they stopped showing us. I just found out that the White Ranger was like a little kid. Yeah. That's like Justin of Turbo Rangers, dude. What the heck? Tammy, did you know that? The White Ranger was a little kid in the Japanese footage?
Yeah, I have the toy.
Yeah. Well, one thing I do comment on Bat and Son, I like the White Ranger looked a little bit more like stockish, like a little bit more than just like skinny spandex, So he looked definitely cool, but thank you, buddy.
Those are cool stickers.
Hi. I just wanted to actually thank you for actually coming here because my brother and my sister cannot be here, but all three of us would watch you from babies on, and when you came back on for Black Ranger, we actually took the time to watch you.
Did you?
And you came back for Red, we watched you then too, but they couldn't be here, but I just wanted to thank you and pretty much their honor, because my brother would always dress up as you. I would be Pink Ranger.
Yeah.
But that would be us. We loved watching you. We would run from elementary school just to watch Power Rangers every day.
Just so you know, her shirt says, stay calm and don't blink. That's why I was like this. But I couldn't last. It was a long question. I was like,
Yeah. But I just wanted to thank you for coming here and finally meeting you after all this time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks
Oh,
for
that's
coming.
so sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a lovely person. Yeah, it's nice.
Jenna, I
stickers.
hope you're not in line to ask me a question.
She is. How
Are you?
cute.
Oh, God, what is she going to ask? I hope you better monitor her. She is in line? All right. Don't, if you embarrass me, I'm going to embarrass you. All right, just pay back. All right.
Hello. Go ahead.
I actually have a quick question. My brother and I have been having this debate for years. You're kind of, you, Tommy Oliver, the White Ranger, Green Ranger, is his favorite hero, more than Batman, more than Superman. So
Hero.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was
I
joking.
can't say
I'm just kidding. I know.
superhero. I can
appreciate
say
it.
ranger or
Yeah, I appreciate
all
it.
the people. Is the little dagger that you use to call
Hey,
the dragon?
hey.
Is it a dagger?
Careful
or
with
is
the
it-
little dagger. Your little dagger to call the dragon. Okay, come on. I've never heard that before.
Is it
The
a
big, it's a dagger. It's a
Is it
huge
flute?
dagger.
But it plays
giant.
music.
It's what?
It plays music. Is it a flute or is it a flute that happens
Did you
to
see the
stab
picture when I was
people?
on Facebook going? Going? That's the original. That's the original dragon dagger that I have in that picture. I just posted it because I know it'll just go viral. Like me blowing the, because I was making fun. I'm like, dude, this doesn't even work. It's just like some weird, like nasty-looking prop that these guys can make way better dragon daggers. But it is a huge dagger.
It's a
Thank you.
dagger that plays music.
No, like I just go like this, and then they go dee, 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 and then they dub it together, and then it's like I just move the fingers. See what I'm saying? You got it.
So I lost the debate.
So I crushed your dreams. Like, oh, are you saying the flute doesn't blow? Sorry.
Great question and terrific
That was an
answer.
interesting question.
Very good.
Anthony's one of the Make-A-Wish Foundation kids that we arranged to come down here. He's even got the Power Ranger seatbelt and all. How you doing, buddy?
When did the big Goldar?
Why didn't I beat Goldar? Oh, when? Oh, that was many moons ago. Many moons ago. But I always used to beat Goldar, but Goldar used to lock me in dark dimensions and things like that. But I did beat him. It was years ago, but I took Goldar out. Hey, you can put one of these. Put one of these on the chair. Where do you want to put this? Somewhere. That was a chair. For real.
I love that costume. That rocks. Check it out. It's amazing. It's one cool costume. Isn't JDF the best? Come on, you gotta. Your costume rocks. You're a rock star, young man. I love it. Now, look at this beautiful young lady right here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, who is that? You're
Wow.
so big. Yes, Jenna. Jenna Frank.
What was your least favorite ranger? I mean, least favorite bad guy to defeat?
Least favorite. How about we tell them about Lexington, we were filming, and the darndest times, like I was signing all day long, and she comes in with a whole bag of toys. She's like, look what they got me, and I got this. And I'm like, where'd you get it at? She's like, well, I just told them you're my dad, and we'll bring back a poster. I'm like, well, you got to bring back a poster. You can't just walk around and be like, and then she's like, will you sign it? And it was like so late at night. I'm like, really? I'm like, signing your toy. You got the toy right here. This is me. But what's my least favorite monster? The faucet monster.
No, like, yeah. So that was your least favorite monster.
How about, Jenna, since you watched so many episodes of Power Rangers, not, how about, yeah, just the movies, and the movie doesn't count.
It does.
Huh? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. What's your favorite, Jenna, what's your favorite monster from Zeo Rangers?
That would be,
Thank you. Let's pass the microphone.
Thank you, Jenna. You are adorable. Oh my God.
Good thing you didn't embarrass me. Thank you. Yeah.
Right? No. So watching you from the 90s and growing on up, it was hard to not see the original team. So
Yeah.
ultimately, what was like your favorite season?
Favorite season, I mean, I obviously I like working on Zeo because with my brother. But my favorite season, for the original, I wasn't there long enough to work with all the original guys. You know what I mean? Like Walter Twee and Austin. I don't feel like I was there long enough. I got more closer to like Johnny Bosch, Steve Cardenas, because we've been through the movies, Turbo, and all the seasons, and plus we have a lot in common. We have karate, and Steve Cardenas is in karate, and now he's in jiu-jitsu. So with all those guys, and then Karen, see you, Ted. And then Ted was just waving back there. It's like creepy. He was like, yeah, goodbye. I'll see you later. So yeah, I don't know what season did Johnny, or they came in the original Mighty Morphin, right? This Johnny and all those guys, yeah. Yeah, because people, yeah, okay, I got you. So, you know, I mean, I think those seasons, nothing wrong, I just didn't work. I started at episode 14, you know, huh? It's 14, Eli, I know. It might be restructured differently, but I'm going to show you, dude. It's episode 14, according to my sheet and my script, and I'm going to post it just for you. And if it says 17, I'm not posting it. I'm going to cross it off and put a 4.
Good move.
See, I have original VHS tapes at home, like the whole set of, the whole set of Power Rangers in a big box in our attic. And it lists the Power Ranger episodes. So when I post something on Facebook, like name Zed's Monster Mash, Zed's Monster Mash is actually 55 on the Saban tape. They list everything. So I'm assuming that you all, you know, like, one up on you guys. And then you're like, that's not it. And then I'm like researching, I'm like, well, that's what my tapes show. That maybe they're doing different records than they're releasing different stuff. But yeah, I just go by the VHS tapes, dude. VHS. You can never go wrong with those things. You know, like wind it up and then like hit the machine and they'd be like, you know how it is. You know what I mean? Cassettes and everything. No, you don't. Raise your hand if you had a cassette player.
Oh, come on.
What?
now.
All right. Raise your hand if you all had VHSs.
Come on now. Everybody.
Raise your hand if you just don't care. Sir, you didn't even
Wave it in the air.
You didn't even raise your hand. You don't have no cassettes, no VHS. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The guy behind you with the white hat on. Yeah, him. He didn't even raise his hand. He's just like, nah, I ain't got no cassette. I don't care what you VHS. No, raise your hand if you're not here, man. Fool, I'm about to be out of here, man. We're about to be up out of this thing. All right, sorry.
So Samsung came out with the watch that's supposed to be compatible, like the communicator for Power Rangers. Are you gonna buy one?
I don't know, but they paid a lot of money for Samsung commercial.
Yeah,
I was so
and
surprised.
then-
People are like, did you know you're in Samsung? I'm like, yeah. My wife has all the money, you know, it's on Samsung. They didn't send me any, like no watches.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured
so-
they would because since you were on the commercial.
Yeah,
too.
they didn't send any. They were supposed to go like worldwide. It was like a big thing, like going worldwide, and they were supposed to pay like all this money to go worldwide, and they're like, oh, we just decided not to. I was like, oh, Samsung. So now when people take pictures, like whatever, Samsung. I don't know about the watch, but I guess I'll try.
Thank you. Hello. We have about 10 minutes remaining, by the way, so.
Be like, Zordon? She'd be like, no, it's your wife, Tammy. I'd be like, what? All right, Zordon, come on in. That'd be awesome in an elevator, like dress Sam up, and like, you know, dress him, put him all white, and then just have him like floating in there. And then I can let people see it, but like, he'd be call, and it would look like Zordon, he'd be like, Rangers. I'd be like, yes, Zordon. People would be like, what the? That'd be awesome. Yeah. Oh, I should for Samsung. Good idea. Let's film it.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to ask, out of all the 5 Rangers that you've portrayed, which one was your favorite?
Probably the green. I mean, just because it was the first, you know? And then the white. I like when I float down. And everybody was like, ah, and I was like, yeah, suckers. That's right. Guess who's back?
It was such an epic moment that Kimberly just fainted.
What's that?
It was such an epic moment, Kimberly fainted.
Oh, yeah, I know. It was an epic moment. Yep. I wish they had the Eminem. Guess who's back? Back again. Tommy's back. Tell a friend. No. But they didn't.
Maybe you could get them to do that for Megaforce.
What's that?
Maybe you can get them to do that for Megaforce.
Maybe.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Oh, hey. Great costume.
I'm in martial arts, and I'm wondering what it takes to become a good martial artist.
What it takes is dedication. Stick with it, and here's the thing. The magic word, never say, I can't. If you train yourself in life to say, I can't, you will succeed. If you say, I can't do that, I can't, no, I can. Clean your room? I can. Wash the dishes? I can. Wax the car? I can. Wax on, wax off. I can. No, for real, though, that's the truth. Like, just to say I can. You don't have to wax the car and stuff like that, but anyway.
Thank you.
Get your sticker, dude, right here.
Oh, sticker.
Right here. That's my phone, right here. Jack my phone. All right.
Hey,
Hello.
Hello. More on, I didn't even know like anything about like y'all actually making like trying to make a more adult series or something
Yeah.
like that. See, I always had a thing like, with Power Rangers, like now withstanding like kind of the test of time because you don't have like children into it no more. You have their parents into it and then them and then like grandkids and everything like that.
When I say adult movie, you understand it's PG-13, right?
No, no.
I was just
know what
checking.
you mean. No,
I
I
was
mean,
just
yeah, I
checking,
mean,
dude.
going along the thing, like they resurrected Batman with the Nolan films. I mean, like this would
Yeah.
be perfect too. I mean, like,
Yeah.
but just bringing back like, if they would bring y'all back, all the originals back, it would be a good premise. Like, just to say like, generations now since like what we're into and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
they're kind of like they wouldn't be worthy to be Rangers because like when Zordon picked them, they had to be like pure
Yeah.
and all that. So I'm thinking.
I think it's tough getting everybody back. I can't even do Megaforce for one episode. I'll do it for $1. That's what I did. I don't care. It's not for $1, but I didn't worry. I just worried about the fans want it. I made it happen. So it's hard to get people back because then it's always about, what are you going to do this and what are you going to do that? It's like, you know, I'm already succeeding in my life. I got schools, clothing lines. I don't do this job for money, and I don't do this job as work. A lot of people do. I don't. This is like off time, fun time. I only drove 3 hours to get here. You know what I mean? I do it because I interact with fans. I really do like it. It doesn't matter if we had 2 fans in the room or full of fans right now. You know, so, which I'll have to get another shot with the iPad because we do look fuller. All right, hold on. How to use this shot. That was a chair. All right. Hold up. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, hold up. When the camera goes, bang,
Go crazy.
pop it out of your neck.
Yeah. Let's do its morphin' time. Should we do that? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay.
You guys see it when the camera goes, you just go, okay? Just for editing purposes.
1, 2, 3. It's morphin' time. Oh my God. Woo! Austin rocks, man.
Hey, that was perfect, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are like, ha! Where'd the energy go, dude? Ah! All right, hey, that was good, though. Turn it on, turn it off. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks for the question.
Can I have your nameplate?
Can you have my nameplate?
Yes.
Oh,
After the panel?
After
Oh,
the thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Sign, Eli? Pen?
Ooh, wow. Hey, it's a treat.
Thanks, buddy. You just grab it afterwards, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Everyone's like, dude, she's so smart.
Yeah. Cute too. Adorable costume.
All right, put it right here.
Okay, awesome.
Dude, I'm not giving hoodies, shirts, my underwear, shoes, none of that.
Well,
He
that's
did. Took it off his underwear. Throw the underwear and like,
that's
grab my
John
underwear and
Cena,
stuff
you
on the
know.
wall.
He's a newbie.
Couldn't
This
jump
was
to
his
get
first Q&A, so that doesn't really count. Hello, go ahead.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, do you think it would have been any different if they'd have kept you on VR Troopers other than that one pilot episode and not taken you over to Power Rangers or anything?
Yeah, VR Troopers probably would have been a little bit cooler. But, no, I'm glad I was the White Ranger, man. It was like, I was excited to do VR Troopers, have my own stage and, you know, all that stuff. But it's a syndicated show, which means that it will show on different times all around the world. It gets lost in the shuffle. But the Power Rangers is a network show, which means around the world, it's a network show. It's shown around the world, not syndicated. Usually at the same time around the world. It doesn't get lost. That's why Power Rangers is so popular. It just never got lost in the shuffle, like syndicated shows. You know when they do Seinfeld and then it turns syndication and Seinfeld's on 55, 62, Channel 7, Channel 11, stuff like that. It's hard to follow. But
Yeah, we figured that's just what you were doing while you were on break from white to green.
yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry to say we can only do one more question. This is our last question. I'm so sorry. Oh, how nice. Oh my God. Wow. Jeez.
First, I'm gonna say my wife's a big fan of your wife. She wants to train with her one day because we're from Houston, so
sweet, man.
A little pressure on you over there. And second of all, I saw in the past that you I don't know, at least from your tone, sounded like you had a problem with Austin St. John. Are you guys okay now?
Yeah, it was no problem with Austin. I mean, it's just one of those things, you know? It doesn't matter if you're an actor, if you drive a truck, if you're your neighbor next to you, if it's just something that kind of rubs you wrong, it's just the way it is. It doesn't matter,
he was
you
trying
know?
to, he was big on he knew everything about martial arts.
Well,
So-
yeah, that's exactly why. It's just, being a martial artist, you got to be humble. I know people see me like, "Oh, Jason's not acting like a martial artist." You got to be humble. You can't just like make up stories about stuff. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It was like, and Amy, you heard her on No Pink Spandex. He was a wild storyteller. He would just tell stories that just don't even make sense. Like he was late for set one day, and I'll go, but he was late for set one day, and he had like a little thing on his eye, and we weren't even filming. It wasn't even aired yet, and he was late, and he was like, "Oh, you know, someone was beating his daughter, and I pulled inside the road, and then I beat the father up, and I'd never seen a spinning sidekick before. The guy like flew through the window, and blah, blah, blah. Then I went to the police station, and then I got mobbed, and I was signing autographs, and I'm just like, dude, just tell him you're late. You know what I mean? Just say, sorry, I'm 20 minutes late. We don't need no big old story, but little things like that. But he's fine. I mean, I would, do something with him, like, a fight or something,
Thank you so much for that great question. Audience, you were wonderful, but this is my favorite guest. As you know, I already admitted that, and you're just lovely to work with.
thank
Now
you.
tell us, where will you be after this? Will you be here later?
Yeah, I'm going to be at the Green Ranger photo op is at 5:40. We're only doing a 20-minute photo op, so I don't know how many people we got, but they're pretty quick about it. I'm just promoting Megaforce, and the reason why I dressed up in the spandex, just love to see people's reactions of, turning 8 again, like, oh my gosh, reliving childhood. I'll be there at 5:40. I'll be at my table for a limited time at 6 o'clock today, and then we got the costume contest tonight. If you're going to dress up or anything like that, if you just want to come participate or just be a spectator, you can watch and just watch people dress up and stuff like that. Well, you don't watch them dress up, but they're already dressed. If you're watching them dress up, you're probably going to get in a lot of trouble. Anyway, and then tomorrow I'll be here. I have a karate class tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Says Sam will light his other hand on fire. Show him your hand from fire, not yet. I told him, I said, dude, you so could be a superhero. He's like, yeah, and I was like, dude, just throw a fireball, like Scorpion throws a fireball. And then he's like, all right, and I was just like, I'm just kidding. No, he did it double nunchucks because he holds like a Guinness World Record too. He actually holds 2 Guinness World Records, the double nunchuck strikes and hitting clay targets and all that stuff. So he does double nunchucks fire stuff. So yeah, fire, yeah, fire. Anyway.
Thank you, Jason, David, Frank. Thank you, audience. Thanks for the pen. Here you go, quick. That's it.
So what, are you judging the costume?
Yeah, I'm going to be judging the costume contest, yes.
I remember seeing you do that on TV.
I don't think we can sign right now. I think you have to go to the booth. Okay? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you, everybody. No signing right now. At the booth later. Thanks so much.
Guys, hit me up on Facebook. Yep. Don't poke me on Facebook, but you know what I'm saying. Who y'all here? Is someone else coming in the room? No? All right. I just wondered. Okay.